Please get ready for that. Put your hands together for them. Teams who are presenting, try and make it here as quickly as possible so that the buses aren't late and you don't miss your flights.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Arthur, and this is my team. And before coming to the hackathon, we built this thing called CryptoKitties. And what CryptoKitties is basically a bunch of digital cats that you can breed and trade on the blockchain. So CryptoKitties are pretty cool, but we wanted to visualize how all the transactions were happening in our contract. So the problem is that with current solutions like EtherScan, which is awesome for visualizing transactions, we can't see really all the function calls and the flow of the application in chronological order. So we decided to build Rufflet. And on Rufflet, you can see all the events, and it's kind of like a mixed panel for smart contracts. So let's see here. In the beginning, we had 60 cats that we decided to breed. And if we check just birth, those were the 60 cats, and we segment them by owner. And these are just the inputs of the event, the arguments of the event. So here we have 60 cats that we decided to breed. Then it was like nighttime, not much activity here. And then in the afternoon, people started to actually breed different cats, and these are different owners now. So you see a lot of activity happening here. We can also monitor functions. So you can see here all the functions happening. You can filter, segment by different functions like sire, which is like the male cat. We can see that this cat here, 216, was the father of 14 kittens, so at 6 o'clock, so that was pretty cool. And we also built funnels, so we want to see all the accounts that did one thing, for example, give birth, and then let's see, approve siring. Oh, sorry. Or transfer is good. So how many transfers happened? So 20% of the accounts actually transferred kitties to other people, other accounts. So that's kind of cool to see as well. And this is not only for CryptoKitties. We made it very easy to monitor any contract. You can just put the contract address here and the contract ABI. It's available on the main network of Ethereum or Rinkeby, which is the task we're using for CryptoKitties. And yeah, we can see other contracts as well. Let me close this. And this is another one. So we can switch. Let's see if it loads. It takes a while. Please don't use your Wi-Fi right now. Well, it's okay. But yeah, this is another one. We can just filter, do all the same things with any contract, basically. So yeah, there you go. And if you're wondering, the name Rufflet comes from a Pokemon, which is one that we really like. And we were distributing these cards to different people. These are our cards, CryptoKitty cards. But we stamped a sticker on the back of a Pokemon card. So we picked Rufflet because of it. So there you go. Thank you so much.
That was really great. I'm actually probably going to use this for my project, and I hope you guys do too, because that was phenomenal. Next up, we have the MetaMask Brave team, and following them will be the Happy ENS, so please get ready and queued up.
Can I use this one? Other side. Yeah. They'll put it up in a second, yeah. Good afternoon. Oh, here we go. Good afternoon. First of all, we'd like to thank the organizers for having us this weekend. It's been fantastic. The venue's been great as well. The other person we'd like to thank is Dan Finley from MetaMask, who's been with us all weekend, sitting at our table and pointing us in the right direction when we needed some direction. So thank you very much. So what we wanted to do this weekend was focus on a discovery of DApps. We're from the Brave browser team, and we support Chrome extensions, but we never supported MetaMask to the extent that it was usable within the browser. So this weekend, we decided that we would change that. To do so, we had to implement a number of Chromium APIs that were missing in our code base. So one of our developers focused on that for the weekend, and that allowed us to install MetaMask as a first-class browser, or first-class extension within our browser. So what I'll do is I'll do a short demo of that so you can see. This is our browser starting up. And I have a page. We had a little bit of extra time, so we wrote a visualization DApp. So what you're seeing right now, this page came up. We included web3.js into the page. We then inspected the page contents to see that Web3 was included. We sent a message to the browser context that instructed the browser to install MetaMask. As you can see, we can remember this decision and install MetaMask. So it loads the extension, and I will get that set up and ready to go. Through the terms of use. As the browser, or as the fox watches us. We got it. Okay. Now we're on Rostam. So this is the real challenge. This should work. Okay, click on this. Yes, all right. So we're talking through the MetaMask extension. We had some time, so we wrote up a visualization. This is on the testnet, first million blocks we inspected for some BAT transactions. You can see these addresses, which have been abbreviated, are communicating with each other. And large lines indicate more frequent communication. There's a lot more we could do with this. We could determine some metric for centrality or betweenness with this graph as well. But we tended to focus on getting our extension working in Brave, which will be available in the browser tomorrow for release. So thank you.
Another great hack that I will probably end up using too, so thank you very much. So next up, we have the Happy ENS team, and following them will be the Third Eye team, so please be ready for that.
What's going on, guys?
Okay, so hey everybody. So we are the Happy ENS team. I'm Eric. That's Tim and Harry. We also have a fourth teammate who had to leave us to fly back to Bay Area at like 6 a.m. this morning. So what Happy ENS is it's basically a DNS server that's able to resolve ENS names and map them to IPFS content hashes. So, as you can see there, if you go to your browser right now, go back, and you try to enter in like a .eth domain, you won't be able to resolve that, right? And that's because like .eth is owned by like Ethiopia or something like that, and it's not really active right now. So I guess we're aiming to solve that. So basically, all you have to do is you have to point your computer's DNS entry into our DNS server, which is very cheaply scalable and load balanceable, I guess. So that's what Tim has just done. And we should be able to load pegasus.eth in like a few moments. It just takes a few seconds to work, I guess. Colon, yeah. It might be a bit slow because so we were getting like blocked by the Wi-Fi here. We were getting like they're saying we're like malicious software or something like that, and so we actually have to go onto like the VPN to avoid that. So might be a bit slow, and also retrieving stuff from IPFS can be a bit slow. Can you try refreshing the Pegasus.eth page? Right. So what's served there is actually from IPFS itself, and that's just like one of their landing pages, I guess. And you can click on any link; it'll act exactly like a normal web page. You wouldn't be able to tell. So what we also built for that is a way to, I guess, map your ENS name to different content hashes. So what Tim's going to do now is, reroute the Pegasus.eth to a different content hash. It might take a few minutes because like mainnet is like super slow sometimes and just unpredictable. But once that gets mined, we should be able to refresh that page and hopefully hit the page that we want. So it's still being mined. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Should we wait for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's wait for it. Oh, there we go. Never mind. So it's been done, and that's what we're doing. So the advantage of this, or I guess the selling point of this, is that you notice that we didn't have to install any extra software. So that allows us to actually do it on mobile as well. So we got this working on iPhone just by changing the DNS lookup. And so, yeah, it's better than installing stuff. Why would you want to install stuff? It's 2017, man.
Another hack I'm probably going to end up using. So next up we have Third Eye, and following them will be Trust Us, so please be queried up. And just wait over here if you're going to be the team after, just so we don't have to spend time walking up and down.
Hi all. Computer. Oh, nice. Okay, so hi guys. Our project is basically a platform to audit smart contracts. So basically right now, if you want to audit some of your code or a smart contract, you have to go to a company, send them your smart contract, they will look over it, you will have to pay a fee, and then if they don't find any bugs or errors in your code, they're gonna say that they didn't find any errors, but you already have paid the fee for the auditing. And basically what we wanted to solve is to decentralize this whole process through our application. And what we have is a way for developers, so for developers to do the auditing for people. So you submit a smart contract to our application, and then it gets stored in storage. And then other developers can go and try to find any bugs in the code. And when they do, they can flag the lines in the code, submit it, then the person who sent in that screening will get notified that a bug was found, and then he can, you can see here Okay.
how to create a screening.
This is creating with you explain and I show.
So basically now he's creating a screening, so he's submitting a name, some behavior, uploading the code which will be stored to storage, and then
Then he will input a bounty that will be paid for.
I removed this file. Sorry. Wait. Oh. Oh. Yes. Nice.
Yeah, and then you input some bounty, which will be paid like a deposit amount, and then the prices for minor, major, and critical bugs. So the deposit is held, and then when someone finds and marks minor error, the person who submitted that screening is going to be notified, and then he can accept or reject. If he thinks that the bug is valid, he accepts, and from the deposited amount, some ether is transferred to the account of the person who found the bug. But if he rejects, then we're going into arbitrage, and we make a pool of some developers using the platform. They get notified, then they have like a day to agree for the arbitrage. They look through the code, and then they vote on whether or not the bug was valid or not. And then they have an incentive to do that because they get ether paid out to them for doing the arbitrage. And right now we have all of this set up, and this is basically how you would be submitting an error. And right now we have all of this set up, and for the future we're hoping to design a reputation system that would be in this. So a user would not only be receiving Ethereum for doing the arbitrage, but also reputation, and then you would be able to see if the person with reputation has oh yeah, just like a basic reputation model that we didn't have the time to include. That's it.
So next up is Trust Us, and following them will be Pocket. So please make your way down.
Yeah, 1 second. It's frozen. Oops. All right, let's go.
Hey everyone, we are Trust Us. You should trust us. No, just kidding. This is all about trustlessness. So, John Carmack gave a really interesting talk to a bunch of VR developers recently that some of you might have seen, and he was addressing this point that why doesn't everyone and their dog have a VR headset, and why isn't everyone in VR all day, all the time? And what he really said was that, the community had made amazing advances, but they were stuck at the stage of a lot of, V0.1 apps and 1.0 apps that, were MVPs and got functionality across, but ultimately were not user experiences that people truly flocked to. So in the crypto world, I think we're at a similar kind of stage. We have great Bitcoin wallets and exchanges, but when it comes to things like smart contracts and smart legal contracts, these things are incredibly scary for normal people to use. So that was our goal that we started with, was just how can we make normal people deploy smart contracts in many more orders of magnitude than they do today. So yeah, we'll hand it over to the demo from there.
Cool. So I'm going to walk you through a demo that we put together. And Don't ask why there are windmills here. So we'll go ahead and get started. Again, the core idea is that just make it really simple to get started with smart contracts and not just do it because it's blockchain. So the first screen just shows you a bunch of stuff. So different things that you can do, you can implement using Trust Us. So let's go ahead and implement a trust. And it's basically this thing where you give money to someone else if you die or something else happens. So essentially, we walk you through some sort of wizard where you can pick the different options that would ultimately, convert into a smart contract that is deployed. So let's make this irrevocable. So once I put my money in, I can't take it back. The beneficiary is going to take the money. Withdrawal trigger. So this is, what needs to happen in order for the money to get transferred. Death. So the way we determine if someone is dead or not is actually, it's a philosophical question, but what we do, the way we get around it is we basically require that this person does something. In our case, he calls a method or a function on our contract every certain period of time. And if he doesn't, we just assume he died. So 100 days. Now we need to add a beneficiary. This is the person that's going to receive the funds. So let's go ahead and copy our address. All right. At this point, it generates like a text version of the contract, just because we could. And then you have the option to deploy it. So we took all of the options that you picked earlier, and we created a contract, the source code, and it's compiled within the browser. And once you hit deploy, we connect to your MetaMask wallet. And once you authorize the transaction, I don't know why it's taking so long.
There it goes.
Okay. All right, so you confirm the transaction to create a new contract. This is actually running on the Ropsten test network. And so yeah, it's getting compiled, the source code is getting compiled, and it would get automatically deployed for you as a user. So technically, like, you don't even need to know what the code looks like. The idea being here that the code is actually audited by a bunch of people beforehand. So it's not like, every time you write a smart contract, you need to get someone to audit it. We could actually audit it beforehand and just have everyone use the same code. So once that's done, we take you to a reader page, and this is like a static file, which you just pass the contract address, and it would display details about that contract. And here's the part where you press the button to indicate that you're still alive every 100 days. And once you do, again, you just sign you confirm a transaction, you sign it, and at that point it's done. So that's the demo.
So for the hackathon, we decided to focus on the kind of usability of things, so how people create smart contracts using our wizard. But for the future, we want to make this easy for developers, just like maybe a WordPress developer would create plugins for the marketplace. So a smart contract developer can create his smart contracts, and then he can submit it to Trust Us. We audit the code, and then they can start making money from their contracts when each user uses his smart contract.
And this could be like all types of contracts. We have NDAs, trusts. If there are other things that are popular, like Ponzi schemes or whatever, then we could potentially add that in as well. ICOs as well, yeah, that's all the rage. So that's it. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
So next up is Pocket, and following them will be the Prove It team.
Bear with us a bit. We have a complicated demo to show you guys. So let's connect it.
You can start talking.
Is it connected to the? Make sure it's connected to
Yeah,
my,
okay.
my stuff. Okay.
Yeah, it's all connected. You can start talking.
No, no, no. I mean, wait. We have time.
Oh. Do you guys have an iPhone? iPhone to screen. We can start in the meantime. Okay.
So hi guys, we are from Go Network and we build a product called Pocket. So there's a lot of financial education problem in the world right now. People have a lot of debt and people also don't know how to manage money. So we thought of creating a really interesting product around that. And Kai will talk a little bit more about it.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Kai. I'm from Go Network. So in law America, do you know that more than 50% of people don't even have $500 for emergency saving, emergency situation. I think I remember it's like around 60% actually. So we think this situation is quite big. You know, we want to improve the society. We want to do something that we can create better social value. So we're thinking maybe we can create something to educate children so that they can learn how to save money. And we want them to have the good saving habit when they're just a kids. So we are thinking, okay, how can we approach this problem? Should we punish them, or should we have a big, long lecture to educate them? No, that won't be a good way to do it. We are iPhone game developers, and we created one of the biggest theme park game on iOS. So we are thinking, maybe we should apply gamification in this situation. Maybe we should reward children if they save money, if they follow the rule. So that's why we come up with our product, our platform called Pocket. So Pockets allow parents to control where their children will spend their money. They will also create their own reward system for their children. For example, if you save enough money per month or per week, we will reward you more Ethereum, more cryptocurrency. I think it's a good way for the children to do it because, number one, they can learn about saving money, the value of money, why they should save money. Number two is that they also learn about cryptocurrency when they're young. Second, because right now they have Ethereum in their pocket, they want to know, hey, how much Canadian dollar value I really have? So they will have to go to the exchange to check out the price of Ethereum, right? So this would be like a trading 101, a lesson for them. Yeah, they will do it. I promise they will do it. Yeah, guarantee. And also, I think it's good for the parents and the children because this gamification thing, they can build up more relationship between them. You know, it's like a small game between parents and children. And also, I think it would be a good thing for Ethereum or cryptocurrency because now all the young people, they're using mobile, they're using cell phone, they're also having Ethereum in their pocket. They know about it when they're young. So when they grow up, yeah, of course, they'll accept it. They're not like some old people. They don't want to change. That's true. Oh, and I nearly forgot to mention, we also support payment and request payment. So merchandise can use our platform to accept payment from the kids or from the parents. And we will also support royalty system because we will support the smart contract, right?
So thanks, Kai. So I can move on to some of the technical discussions on what we built. We're actually a mobile-first application. So in the last 30 hours, we've actually overcome a crap ton of problems porting this to mobile. So our goal is basically to open source all the code that we developed this weekend. So the three areas that I guess we focused on was we used React Native and created an iOS app. We have a web context that is held in there with the React Native bridge. And what you can do is actually embed a Web3 HTML context inside the app itself and connect to a geth provider. In this particular case, where the geth provider is actually our laptop. So I'm CPU mining at this point. On top of that, we implemented a Bluetooth wireless tap and go system. So we actually encode the Ethereum address and cost. And you go to a merchant and the user taps it. That information is collected, and we actually complete the transaction, and notifications pop up on both sides. I'd love to show you this, but
We're still starting out.
yeah.
Amy, why don't you talk about what was the biggest challenge for you in this whole process? We're doing this on
Now we are doing an interview.
So yeah, I guess I could fill some dead air. I forgot my belt this morning, so you know, that was a problem. You know, I think I couldn't get into a few of the talks, a few days. That wasn't so much of a problem. It gave me more time to hack. Other than that, the technical challenges, there's three main areas. One is bringing a truffle contract, a compiled contract, into a web domain in a sense. So we use Bower components, obviously, to bring in truffle. But beyond that, the linking system. So we had a very complex rewarding system contract, and you actually have to end up manually linking all the binaries, the Solidity binaries. So we ended up actually building a small little compiler that basically links it all together, bundles it, and throws it into our Web3 HTML context. The other major challenge is Bluetooth. It's super unreliable, and everyone has beaconing something. So I think optimization on that side would be very nice, but...
Okay, so we just hacked their system. So we are using camera.
Okay, so describing this is the user page.
Okay.
And what Rashid has to do first is unlock, because we all have to unlock our account. So it's just, okay, there it goes, it's unlocked. So this is connected to my local Geth node here. And after that, Kai will basically act as the merchant. So Kai, why don't you throw up some products that this person might want?
Sure. Okay, let me see. I got soda, I got coffee, I got soda, and donut, sandwich.
That's good enough. We want our youth to
Wait,
be...
$10.
Yeah. So yeah, our youth will be healthy. So after that, Kai initiates payment because he wants a checkout.
Okay, check out.
And he clicks that, and then Rashid brings his phone as close as possible. And if there's no glitch...
Try again. Try again. Okay.
You might want to make sure both your Bluetooths are on.
My Bluetooth is on.
I'm check out.
Oh, okay.
I'm the store owner, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we just changed roles.
Okay, so maybe do that again and see what we get.
Merchant, I should do the merchant, right?
Let me unload account.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah.
So he's unlocking that account now.
Go to merchant.
Okay, check out.
Sure, this is the camera.
Yeah. So check out, and have you pressed checked out? There you go. And there you go. So we have fingerprint authentication. So once it beacons this information, we basically stuff the peripheral ID and some KB advertisement packets. We just hack the address and amounts into that. It's obfuscated, so it's encrypted. And and then we basically initiate the transaction. He thumbprints it. Hopefully he did it in time.
Yes.
And he'll actually hit OK. These are just alert log messages because we don't have all the dialogues. And in the back there now, my Geth node, I'll just see if it's processing.
It's running here.
Oh, yes. So,
That's
yeah.
also hacked.
So, yeah, so it's just committing some new mining work here. And Kai will show you. There's a background event log process. We're done with that. The background event log processors now notify each side. And we basically, we monitor the logs. Instead of monitoring contract logs, we actually monitor everything, which is Whisper is already doing that under the covers, so we thought, what the hell, we'll just monitor everything. And yeah, from there, that's the entire workflow. So
that's Pocket, guys.
That's Pocket. Thanks, sorry.
Next up is Prove It. And then the final one will be congruence. Please make sure you're ready.
Great. What? I need to stand here?
No,
What?
just say
Oh, it's right there. But I need to use the mouse anyway, so I'll just do this. It's more comfortable. Okay, are we good to go? Okay. Hi, everyone. This is our team. We're Prove It. There's Enrique, Louise, Marilia, and myself, Bradley, and we're here to solve a problem that is something that pretty much everybody who uses the internet, which is pretty much everybody in the world, although Louise corrected me that it's not the entire world, but everyone here and pretty much everyone we know has access to the internet, and there's a big problem because everyone using the internet has to deal with downloading or getting files at some point. And it's scary when you have to run that file or do something with it, not knowing if it's the actual file that I was looking for. For example, what I'm trying to say is here, I'm trying to download Ubuntu. In order to prove that the Ubuntu file, the ISO or whatever it is the actual file I want, the main way of proving it is with hashing it. And you download your file, and, oh, sorry, wrong link. You look at the MD5 or the SHA hash, and then you run a command on your computer, and you compare it, and you say, do these equal? And that's good and all. Pretty much everyone here in the room probably has enough technical savvy to do this. It's a little kludgy, but it's not too bad. But you know what? My grandma couldn't do it, and many, many people throughout the world can't do this and don't even know to do this. For example, even the Ethereum wallet missed, right there, they have their SHA keys. This is kind of the way to prove that my file is what I want it to be, and it's not going to be malicious or no one replaced it with something else. However, there's two main problems. First of all, this is very difficult. Technical people can do it, can run, for example, just here, in order to actually use these hashes, you have to, click a link, see what to do, and follow the steps. And second of all, if on the unlikely event, although it happens more and more each and every day, GitHub or Ubuntu is hacked, all I have to do as a malicious person is go ahead and change these hashes to whatever I want and put my own files. And now, even worse than somebody not knowing if it's the right file, they actually think it's the right file and are confident it's the right file when it's actually not. So what we've done is we've created Prove It. And it's a super simple application that anybody can use to both put files and say, I've created a file, this is what it is, and this is what it does, but also more importantly for people to come in and just check, is my file what I actually think it is? And just to say, everything obviously is on the blockchain, so even if in the unlikely event our site is hacked or something goes like catastrophically wrong, everything is always provable on the blockchain, it's there, it's irreversible, and you know without a doubt that your files are legitimate. So let me just run through a quick example. So I'm going to click Add a File. All I need to do in order to add a file to prove it is simply drag and drop it. So here, let me take a Ethereum wallet file. Simply drag and drop it. It takes a few seconds. And then it asks me, OK, now enter some information about it. I can enter some profile information. I'll leave that blank for now because I want to be anonymous. I don't want people to know exactly who I am. Give it a name. So I'll just say ETH wallet, and a description. This is the wallet. And as you know, as I type, the file digest stays the same. That's actually the hash of the file itself that I didn't upload. I'll get to that in a second. But the metadata digest changes because we do store the metadata digest, and as it changes, we actually confirm that the metadata is correct as well. So now I just click Submit, which creates a transaction. I submit the transaction to Rinkby. And you'll see immediately we have some information already. We have my owner profile. We know the Ethereum address, but since I didn't enter anything more, that's all we know. We have the name of the file, the description, as well as the original file name, just in case my file name changed, but it is actually the same file. That could be useful. Oh, it's already done. OK, here we have the transaction. If you were paying attention, it actually took some time, but eventually the transaction's in, and we can just click it and dig deeper if we so please to see, OK, how did this transaction get onto the blockchain, so on and so forth. And now someone else comes in and says, OK, I have this file. Someone sent it to me on a USB key. I don't necessarily trust it. So all I need to do is now to simply drag and drop it into Prove It. And Prove It will very quickly just find the information that I previously created. It's important to know that this is extremely fast because we don't transfer any data of the actual file, meaning if it's secure or private data, it's completely okay. We just send the hash over the internet. And that's even more important because this actually lets us extremely quickly, in pretty much the time you saw me do this example right here, transfer multiple gigabytes of files and have those authenticated. Moreover, I can show you a very quick example of if I want to add my identity in. So for instance, I'm Microsoft or some company, and I want you to know not only this is a legitimate file, but I'm from the company that actually created the file. I can come in, add file. Let's do a small one this time. Let's just a picture. I'm Brad. I'm from Prove It and prove-it.xyz, and give it some description. You can change the title. Submit. The transaction's still pending. Actually, why don't I'll open up another browser to be somebody else. I'll come in and switch my user. Somebody else, and I'll say, okay, now I want to validate this file. And we'll see it has the file. For some reason, the profile didn't show up. But anyways, you get the idea. The idea is that everything's on the blockchain, so once again, if everything dies and goes down, we're completely okay, and hopefully everything's open enough that other front ends can come along, mobile apps, whatever it may be, so that this can be used by really everyone out there to prove their authenticity, that even my grandma can now say, okay, is this going to give me a virus or something, and simply by dragging and dropping, proving the validity. Also, we've been working on a whole bunch of other improvements for it, like vetting users, because yes, anyone can come in here and put whatever profile information they want. I can claim to be Bill Gates, so we have a whole process of vetting users. We've created all the smart contracts for that. We just haven't created the UI for it, but you can imagine when you look at the person's profile, there'd be a nice star and say this is a vetted user. They're completely legitimate, and you can trust this. And there's a whole variety of ways using reputation systems or a vetting authority, and we've kind of already addressed a lot of that in our contracts, and that's it. This is Prove It, and hopefully we're extremely simple and something that will be used very widely to help everybody know that the files that they're getting are completely legitimate and not malicious. Thank you.
And finally, we have the congruence team.
All right, hey guys. I'm Daniel. This is Zen, Matt, and Dion, and we are Congruence. So we're very happy to be here in Canada today. We are all from the States. If you don't know, the States is having a little bit of a problem with healthcare, and there's a lot of issues that we encounter in that. So one of the major issues is that a lot of people receive healthcare insurance from their employer or a pension plan or something like that, and they want to buy this in bulk, and they can predict the general expenditures they'll have on healthcare for a given period of time, so they can buy very accurately beforehand. So the issue is providers aren't equipped to do that. So we've built a tool on top of 0x, which allows us to exchange service tokens, which represent some type of medical operation for any other ERC20 compliant token as well. So we'll look at it from one side, coming in as a provider, which you'll see here we'll call the seller. So imagine coming in here as a seller. We may be a hospital, we may be any other healthcare provider, and we want to be able to issue a service. So we'll go in, let's say we want to issue x-rays. For a given period of time, we may be able to produce predictably a certain number of x-rays that we can sell to people. So we're saying that we'll do 10, and let's say that's for 30 days. So in the next 30 days, we think we can provide 10 x-rays with the resources and manpower we have. So we create these tokens. Then once these tokens are created, we create an order. So an order is basically saying, we will sell some number of these tokens for a given number of a compensatory token. So here we're using Ethercoin, which is pegged 1-to-1 with Ether. So we'll say that we'll sell one token, one X-ray, for let's say 10 Ethercoin. It's a pretty expensive X-ray. So we'll create that order. Now let's say we're an employer that wants to come in and we know that we're going to need an X-ray in the next 30 days. So we'll log in and we'll say, I wonder if anyone near me is providing X-rays. So we'll look at the orders. We see that we can get one X-ray for 10 Ether, so we'll fill that order and agree to pay 10 Ether. And now we have the right to have that service, and we may give it to an employee or someone that we cover, and they'll be able to execute that. So it's a pretty simple system of exchange, but it really solves multiple problems. So as I've already spoke about on the employer side, you'll be able to buy these ahead of time and know that you can provably provide them to all the people that you cover. On the seller side, it may be even more important because a major issue in healthcare is that providers spend almost as much money getting paid as they actually get paid, and it can take 90 days or more to get their money after providing a service. In this manner, they'll be able to provide their service, get paid for it, and already have it reconciled before they even execute the service for whoever they've sold it to. Furthermore, you can see that these tokens could fluctuate in value as they go along. For instance, let's say I'm an employer and my employees have not used as much X-rays as I think they will have for the period. So they're going to expire in 10 days, let's say. Those are now clearly worth a lot less to me because they're not going to be valid for quite as long. But there may be an individual out there who needs an X-ray now, and they may not be able to pay what I originally did, but they're not as valuable to me now, so I could sell them again, and it doesn't hurt the provider at all because they already sold them for an agreed upon price, and I've already been paid that in the token exchange. So the provider is able to be paid immediately with the promise of providing this service, and the employer or any other insurance provider is able to guarantee that they can provide this and be prepared and model their finances more appropriately. So that's congruence, and thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. So now we're going to get into the API prizes for the sponsors. And where is it? First up, I think, is going to be 0x. Yeah, so if the 0x team or somebody from that team could come up and just quickly present who won.
Hello. So I hope everyone had a great time at the hackathon. I know we did. We saw 8 fantastic projects that were built on top of 0x. It was really exciting for us to see. It's one thing to build some tools, but it's another thing to see them put into action. So we all had a great time. So we are offering 2 API prizes, one for the most kind of mature product that has been executed and is the most usable today, and another prize for kind of the most novel and innovative use case compared to all the other sort of use cases we've seen today. It was a really tough decision. Again, there were 8 teams, and all of them were really impressive. But without further ado, the best product vision that we saw out of the 8 teams was a team called zeroexchange.me. Just to be clear, there were actually 2 different teams that had the name Zero Exchange. This team was the numeric 0 exchange.me, and it's really cool. You should go check it out. It's live on the Ethereum mainnet. You can go to their website, zeroexchange.me, and you can go trade any token you want. It's a really beautiful user interface, and it was really impressive. They have a fully implemented WebSocket API for kind of posting or getting orders off an order book. So great job, zeroexchange.me. Let's give them a hand. Thank you. And the second team that we have decided to award an API prize to is for the most innovative and kind of novel approach, something that we haven't seen before, and that is the Talks team, T0X. They did a fantastic job. They essentially they created a shapeshift-like exchange that you can purchase or sell to via the Toshi mobile app. So yeah, mobile is exploding. We're sure that there will be a lot of people wanting to exchange their ERC20 tokens through mobile apps. So we were really impressed. Great job, Talks team. Let's give them a hand. And lastly, so airdrops are kind of a popular thing to do nowadays, perhaps even a bit gimmicky. But we're very excited to say that anyone that registered for the ETHWaterloo hackathon and submitted an Ethereum address, you might want to check your address. We gave you a small amount of ZRX tokens. Go play with zeroexchange.me. Go use Radar Relay or Kin Alpha. Have some fun playing with a live, mainnet Ethereum dApp. So thank you very much for participating, and big hand for all the participants. Thanks.
So the next API prize is for the Bounties Network, and this is actually my project, my company, under Consensus. And the API prize was for somebody to build on the standard Bounties contract framework. The most innovative or most interesting prize would win. And I'm happy to say, and they win 3 Ether. And I'm happy to say that the Mozzie team has won. They built a really interesting use case around like a digital assistant where you could ask them really simple questions in like a human interface, and it would actually create the bounties for you. So that was really awesome. So put your hands together for that team. So next up, we have the Maker API prize.
Hey guys. So it was kind of difficult to just pick one project. So we kind of picked 3. So bear with me for a second. The one that we were like the most impressed by is a thing called the DAC. And so it stands for a decentralized autonomous charity. And what they basically did is said, charities are not very transparent, and we're going to create a platform for charities to be much more transparent, where a donor can see exactly where their money is going. So you can donate to this one charity, which then has kind of sub-branches. Maybe there's one in Zimbabwe and one in Zambia, and they transfer the money to them or some portion of the money, and then the organization in Zambia then kind of transfers it to boots on the ground. But the point is that you can kind of trace all the way where your contribution is flowing to the point where you can, as the end user, say, hey, I just bought 30 desks in a school in Zambia or something. And I think this kind of gamification of the humanizing aspect of being able to see where your money is going is really crucial. You can imagine the incentivization mechanism of people being able to share on Facebook, hey, I just helped build this school over here. And kind of, maybe even having this kind of proof of reputation where hey, I'm the top donor in my community, kind of look at me. And we think that's really gonna provide a lot of social good and social utility for the world. So for the DAC guys, from the total Maker allocation, we're gonna award you 30 Maker. So congratulations, guys. The second project that we were really impressed by was video streaming via IPFS. I kind of think, okay, yeah, it's possible, but from a technical standpoint, it seems pretty daunting task to implement. And so we saw a video being uploaded to IPFS, and then in the UI you could stream it, and it worked flawlessly. And they integrated Sai in a way in that currently Filecoin isn't really out yet, so you don't really have an incentive scheme yet for IPFS nodes to host content. And so you can be looking at this video and say oh, did you enjoy this video? If you enjoyed it and you want it to stay up so other people can enjoy it, please donate. And so they'd integrated our stablecoin like in that way. And so we thought that was really cool too. So we're gonna award you 15 Maker. And then the last project that we wanted to give like an honorable mention to was these guys who created a kind of universal payment gateway, which we think is like a really, really useful use case for Maker, in that it kind of allows anyone to pay in any kind of ERC token they want. And then underneath the hood, it can use some kind of transfer protocol, like say 0x, in order to convert into a stablecoin, and then the merchant will get the stablecoin. So the user gets the freedom to pay in anything they want, and the merchant doesn't have to, isn't exposed to the volatility of the payment method. They can just hedge by having the stable token. So we're gonna award 5 Maker to that. Okay. And so last thing real quick, we really want to see you guys like continue developing your projects. And so we're gonna get in contact with you, see if we can kind of create some kind of milestones where maybe there's a scheme to award you additional Maker for kind of continuing on with your projects, because we think there's a lot of potential there for the ecosystem. Thank you guys.
So next up, we have the storage team presenting their API prize.
Okay, hi everyone, I'm Nadine. I'm with Storage. Originally, we had a grand API prize winner, but after seeing all the projects, I extended it to first place, second place, and third place. So the first place, the winner is called My Health, and essentially Docs identifies patients by waiving their copay and upload their most recent health data to the Storage network. And with Storage, you know, the data is encrypted, sharded, and stored on people's hard drives, so it won't have, no one can access it. And essentially, the business proposition is providers and patients essentially pay lower insurance costs and premiums by being able to prove their medical records on the blockchain. So congratulations. Second place goes to Third Eye. They were on stage and they presented. So everyone is familiar that they basically provide a way for developers to check contracts and check holes in contracts. We know this project will go really far, and so we're awarding them with second prize with $800 in storage coins. First prize is actually they get a Bose headless Bose headset along with $750 in storage tokens. Third goes to Bit. They win $400 in storage tokens, and essentially what they do is they act a gateway to different decentralized applications that people can log into, and once they log into it, they can access other applications. It's kind of like an OAuth application. So I want to thank everyone who worked on the storage API, and I want to echo what was just said, that we want the winners to continue working on their APIs. So come find me, and we'll find a way to work on that and reward you with more storage tokens as your application matures.
And finally, we have the Toshi API prize.
Hi there. I'm here to present the prize for the most innovative use of the Toshi platform. And we actually had a hard time choosing just one winner, so we actually picked two. The first winner is Talks, that Will talked about earlier. Talks is kind of like a shapeshift using the Toshi platform. So you can exchange ERC20 tokens from your phone. And the second project we chose was Law for All, which made a really cool platform for getting legal advice from vetted authorities. And we really like that concept, so we hope to see you take it further. Thank you.
So next up, we want to give some time to thank all the people who made this possible and some of our partners. So first up, we're going to have Julie from the Center of International Governance and Innovation give some words.
All right, I just want to say thanks everybody for coming and for all the time and effort you guys have put in. It's been a really awesome hack. We are super proud to have hosted excuse me, this event here at CG. And if you are interested in governance issues, law, regulation, et cetera, how you can make the stuff that you're making in a way that won't get you in trouble, but that will create a better world, then by all means reach out and find me so that we can work together or find ways to have collaborative research projects. A lot of people have asked for my contact info at CG or tried to email me at CG. I don't actually have a CG email address because I'm based at the Max Planck Institute in Germany. So you can Google me and you will find me there. Or if you connect to my profile on the CG page or connect with someone here, then they will forward you along. But thank you, congratulations. It's been an amazing event, and everybody have a safe trip home.
Thank you very much. So next up, we're going to have Tracy from Untraceable come up and say a couple words.
Thanks, guys. It's been a really, really fun weekend. Before I just get into some of the more logistics, just wanted to say thanks a lot for everyone who helped out. This was a lot of fun. There really wasn't an organization that kind of, really started this. It was a bunch of people that just came together. So the one thing and the one group of people that I really, really hope you guys go thank, and I really want to thank, are all the volunteers. Like, they worked so, so, so hard. So thank you, volunteers. Couldn't have done it without you. And so, a lot of them are developers that actually weren't able to get into the hackathon, or they're here because they just really want to talk to you. So while you guys are milling after, go talk to a volunteer, say hi, and that's it. So kind of just getting more into details. Basically, when you guys leave this room, everybody's stuff, it's your responsibility. So the first thing you do is you go and claim everything that's yours. I don't want to hear an hour from now being like, oh, I left something here, just go grab it. That's the first thing. The second thing is we plan for everyone to be kind of in the courtyard and outside, but it is raining. So if it is raining, try and find a place to sit. Try not to take all these chairs because rentals are coming, but if you have to, take a chair, but please put it back once you do it. We spent a lot of time putting it together. So that's another thing. We ran out of water, so we went and grabbed more. So there is a lot more water for you guys to take. It's just outside in the front. Also, we have a ton of snacks, especially yogurt and chocolate milk and things like that. So if you guys want stuff for the bus ride, please take it, because we don't know what we're going to do with it after. So if you want it, grab as much as you'd like. And what else? So we have about 2 buses coming at 3 o'clock. One of them might get here earlier, hopefully. Another bus at 3:30 and another bus at 4 o'clock. And so what we want is all the buses to be full as much as they can before they leave, so we're not stuck with a ton of people after. So once the bus gets here, please get all your stuff and get on there as fast as you can. If it's your responsibility to make your flight, if the buses are delayed or something's going wrong, keep an eye on your flight and your flight time, because you might have to take an Uber, and we can try and coordinate that groups of people take Ubers together or taxis, but it's your responsibility that your flight... Okay, who's talking to me right now? Kidding. It's your responsibility to catch your flight. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks so much. Pretty much, honestly, I work with a lot of organizations in this space. There's lots of stuff going on in Canada all the time, so keep posted. L4, who's the platinum sponsor of this event, I work with them a lot, and they do a lot of hackathons for Ethereum, so keep posted on what they do, and hope to see you guys around. Thanks a lot again.
So finally, I want to give another really special shout out to the guys from Techion, Liam and Kartik. They have put in a ton of work. Without them, this event really wouldn't have been possible. It wouldn't have gone so smoothly. So I want you guys to really give them a really warm round of applause because they killed it. So now I just want to go again and thank all of the sponsors that made this event possible. They're the ones who gave you guys all this great food and those cool API prizes. So to start again, we have L4, our gold sponsor. We have our silver sponsors, Consensus, Toshi, Storage, and 0x, as well as Cosmos, Maker, Parity, and Shopify. We have our bronze sponsors, Communitech, who gave free massages today, if you saw that. Zeppelin Solutions, Kik, BitAccess, Scan8, Polymath, AdBank, EtherParty, and Stack. And finally, our startup sponsors, Brave, Real Ventures, Citizen Hacks, Open Innovations, Thiel Fellowship, Oracleize, Gatling WLG, Basic Attention Tokens, Polychain Capital, MeView, Bloom, Multicoin Capital, Blockchain TV, and DigitalOcean. So please give them a warm round of applause. Without them, this wouldn't have been possible. So I don't know if you guys noticed this, but we, up to this point, haven't actually announced what the prizes are for those 8 teams that got a chance to present. In the spirit of this hackathon, we wanted this event to be more about learning, about building, and really starting this process of becoming, full Ethereum developers and joining the ecosystem. However, there are actually prizes for all those 8 teams. There's no first, second, and third or anything like that, but they all get the same prize. So first off, can I actually get all 8 teams, everybody from those teams, to actually come on stage and join me here? Give them a round of applause. So, okay, they're taking a little while. So while they're coming up, I'll tell you, your prize is, for each team, you get $1,000 worth of any tokens you want. So just tell us which tokens you want us to give you, and yeah, keep moving in, keep moving in. We're gonna take a big picture. So whatever tokens you want, we will get for you. Keep squish in, guys. Yeah, squish in. We want a big picture with all the teams. All the way in, guys. Not single file, yeah. Maybe some people crouching or something. No, crouch. Just, yeah, you're good. So these are our winning teams. Give them a round of applause. Next up, if we could have all of our judges actually join us on stage as well. They're the ones who pick these teams, and we're mentoring throughout the event. We're giving talks and workshops. So please, all the judges who are in the room, please join us on stage as well. And finally, our organizing team. If you're wearing these cool black jackets, please make your way over here as well. We want to take a big picture with everyone. One big final picture, if there's room on the stage, but I don't think there is. Maybe we should all crouch. Maybe that's the solution.
Might be able to move it.
Thanks. Are we good? Come on, Joe. Say cheese. Please give a round of applause to everyone who's on stage right now. They really killed it. Cool. All right, thanks, guys. So, for those teams who are watching, or for those individuals who are watching who read that waiver and want those Hard Fork Cafe shirts, unfortunately, we don't have them yet, but you'll need to reach out to us again. Give us your t-shirt size, and we will ship them to you wherever you are. So please do that if you read the waiver and did so before the event. Okay, guys, so that concludes our event. We're so happy with how this went. We hope you guys learned a lot, and we hope this is just the first step in you guys decentralizing the world and really joining the Ethereum dev ecosystem. I know all these sponsors are really happy with you guys and really want to hire you all, so I hope you guys are looking for jobs. Thank you. So like Tracy said, all the buses are going to be out front. Please arrive early. We want to make sure all the buses make it in time to the airport so that you don't miss your flights. Thank you.
Который спрашивал, не забыли ли мы исходник.
Yeah, but I shortened my work by like a year.